Howdy folks, TJ here. It is almost that time. We've been teased, taunted, hassled by a few. Everybody's excited on the Specky Next Facebook groups about issue number 3 or Next Kickstarter 3 that's supposed to happen on July 19th. There's already a teaser page up at the Kickstarter place, and we're going to look at that together. And then on the 19th, when it officially goes up, we'll take another look, and I'll probably make another video. Now, I'm super excited about this, but at the same time, not, because unfortunately, I can't participate this time. It is coming at the worst time for me financially. Timing is just sucky. And you know how much I love Next. I've got a Kickstarter 1, Kickstarter 2. I would love to add a 3, and they're going to tease it with everything that will go, TJ, you have to absolutely get this one. Sell a lung, sell a body part. But I've done that already, and because here in California, life sucks in terms of middle class trying to get by. Just my insurance alone. I don't know if you follow my channel in other areas, but the fire dangers here in California are horridly bad. And so insurance companies have bailed on the state, and you basically can only qualify for one thing, and that's called the California Fair Plan, which basically is quadruple what you used to pay, and the odds are of them covering you if your house burns is very small amount. So I'm basically paying a second mortgage just to stay in my home, which sucks. And it's not a small dollar amount. It is costing me $11,000 to insure this home. Once a year, I've got to pay $11,000. That's a shitload of money. Money that could have went elsewhere. As I'm getting older, I want to retire. I want to put money in other things and put money into my happiness by buying things like this. But that's happened. And then, of course, I've got an older home. So shit's falling apart. I'm falling apart. Wife's falling apart. Plumbing going bad. Cars going bad. I'm maxed out on credit cards. So I can't even put 3 cards together to come up with enough to put a Specky Next on there. So it's not going to happen for me. But I hope it happens for you, and I can live vicariously through you, and then you can tease and taunt me in a number of years from now saying, I've got a Specky Next Kickstarter 3, and it's so neat because it does this more than your Specky 2 or Specky 1 version Kickstarter. But I'll be happy. I'm happy I do own a couple, but hopefully this adds many more new players to the game. Hopefully, I'll keep my fingers crossed as well that maybe somebody down the road sells a Kickstarter 3 for a fair price, and I'll happen to have a few dollars on me where I can buy one. But as a user, as a partial developer making my own video game, I'd love to have a 3 too. So if you don't have a Specky Next, this may be it's the final. From what I've seen, this man here, Henrique, let me focus it on the screen a little bit. You're not going to be able to read it. Go to the web page yourself. I'll give you the URL. But he said in a recent interview that this is the final Kickstarter. Final Next Kickstarter. Now, I don't know if they'll come back and do something later, but this seems to be it. So if you want to get one, you better get one. Otherwise, you're going to be buying a used one or somebody that's sitting on one or whatever. So you better grab it if you want one. I can say I've loved my Kickstarter 1 and 2. I use them almost daily. And for an old 8-bit computer technology, kinda, it's newer technology, FPGA and all that, but I use it a hell of a lot. So anyway, Kickstarter number 3. And they've got a picture, which we're all familiar with. And then it comes out and says, mark the date. July 19, 2025 at 8 a.m. UK time, the Sinclair ZXSpectrum Next Issue 3 Kickstarter campaign goes live. This is the best ZXSpectrum Next yet, packing up to several times the power of the previous machine, featuring new cores, including the Sinclair QL and the C64. Now, I recently made a video about, why do I want a Commodore on? No, I don't want a Commodore in my Specky. But if you watch the video, you'll see that I'm perfectly fine with it. Whatever toot people's horns, and the way I look at it is if more people from the Commodore world, which sold like 25 million back in the day of C64s, come in and explore the Specky world and maybe the Specky Next world and maybe develop for the Specky Next, that means more games for me, more games for you, more games for everyone. So I welcome it. Is it a big selling point for me? No, but I can see it as a great benefit. This FPGA technology lets you do many other things, so the more the merrier, the way I look at it. I know some people hate the idea, some people love the idea, some people are neutral. I guess I'm kind of in the neutral. It's cool it's on there, but the Sinclair QL side of the world looks more important to me because I consider this in Sinclair first. It's my Sinclair world, and that's what I use it for mostly. But anyway, so they're including that, and a ton of improvements to make your Spectrum Next the definitive 8-bit computer that keeps you grinning every time you turn it on. Now, originally, they put the word 20 times faster, and then they needed to clarify that. So I see that they've made a change since their original post. It's now just several times. So that tells me that they're going to be probably putting a little bit faster FPGA or whatever in here to maybe make it more powerful to, in the future, do other cores that may need it. So that's why I'm a little sad, because if they make an Atari core for this, or a SAM core, or an Amiga core, and I can't do it later because I've only got a level 2 Kickstarter, I'll be a little sad. But hey, it is what it is. But that is interesting. It's several times more powerful, basically. And also it says that they've done some improvements. What are those improvements? We don't know yet. I don't know if they'll list them out when they come up with the official Kickstarter on the 19th, but we'll see. Now, if those sneaky NSOBs, I've been begging for a clear case Speccy Next for so long, and now if they come out with, I hope they don't now, because if they do, I won't be able to get one, and I'll be pissed off. I don't want anybody else to have one. But maybe if they do, it would be cool if they just offer the case, because then I would slap my Kickstarter too in it. If it's the same, if everything's in the same place. I'm guessing this should be mostly identical to the original Speccy Nexts, the 1 and the 2s. So hopefully all the ports and all that stuff line up, same keyboard, but we'll see when the Kickstarter officially goes for sale. But here they show a picture again, says the ZXSpectrum Next in all its design glory, conceived by the original Sinclair designer Rick Dickinson. So, a beautiful computer. I love mine, even though it's got some spittle and dust on it, because I'm a very vibrant speaker, so I spit over everything. Anyway, it says it's featuring more than 200 exclusive games. Now, I've never went in there and counted 200 games, but supposedly they have, and they're claiming that there's 200 exclusive games and apps for the Speccy Next. That's an interesting number. Have you ever went out and counted them? Is there really 200? I'm not going to say they're liars, but I've never counted that many. But apparently there's 200 exclusive games and apps, including remakes of classics such as Saboteur, Head Over Heels, and Lords of Midnight. The ZXSpectrum Next plays the entire library of ZXSpectrum games, more than 16,000 games, all the software for the Sinclair QL, and now the entire library of the C64 computer games. Wow, that is pretty cool. I'll admit, if you watch my C64 No video, there's a hell of a lot of games, and every so often I'll see a game introduced on itch that is for the Commodore 64, and I'll go, wow, that looks really fun. I would like that. So now, apparently, that may be an option for even us older folks that run the original Speccy 1 and 2 Kickstarters. But if you've got a Kickstarter 3, that's going to come jam-packed, ready to go, it appears. So that is really cool. Just extra games and stuff to play. Seriously, what more could you ask for of a retro computer? I can think of some things. We're greedy son of a bitches. We want. That's what the human nature is. What would I want? See, now I'm stumped. What do I need? Speccy Next, Kickstarter 3. Well, I've already set the clear case, but that's just an aesthetic thing. What more do I want? We'll say, yeah, this is a pretty crisp, beautiful looking computer that does a hell of a lot. What more do you really need? I'm sure we can think of some things. Maybe make your breakfast, it says. No, I don't eat breakfast that often, which is funny. I'm a portly man, but I don't eat breakfast that much, other than on weekends once in a while. So, no, I don't want it to make my breakfast. but we shall look into it then. What? Edit ED. So I don't quite understand what they're saying here. Seriously, what more could you ask for of a retro computer? Maybe make you breakfast? We shall look into it then. So is it going to be making breakfast? I don't know. They're going someplace with it. Maybe we'll see when the Kickstarter officially launches on the 19th. It shows some pictures of Saboteur and Head Over Heels and Lords of Midnight. It says the best versions of the best games ever made to run on the ZXSpectrum Next. Relive your treasured gaming memories, code the 8-bit gems of tomorrow, and join the best retro computer community on the planet. I will say it's overall a pretty damn good one. Every group, every arena, every world of a retro computer has some oddballs, some wonderful people, some mediocre ones. But I will say I've had a great, wonderful time. Most people are very accepting. They've accepted me because I wasn't an original Sinclairian. I was an Atarian. But in 2017, I fell in love with the Next. And now some people, a few of you, know who I am. So very cool community, very cool people. But just like anything else, there's some wackos out there. Maybe I'm a wacko and you consider me a wacko. See, they're all over the place. But it is a very fun, vibrant community. But just like anything else, it's the internet. And the internet can be a strange place sometimes. So tread lightly on who you friend. So yeah, that's cool. So you're going to relive your memories here. So a group of passionate people who not only brought the classic ZXSpectrum back to life, alive and kicking, but expanded it beyond anyone's wireless imagination. We hear there's even a new Ant Attack coming along by Sandy White. You know what's funny? I've never played Ant Attack. I should do that on my channel one of these days. There's lots of games I haven't played. If there's 16,000 of them, and then you add the C64, there's no one in their right mind that could ever play all these games. And if you do, you're not of your right mind. I want to party with you. For sure, if you can do that. So anyway, make sure to mark the date. Be there early. We've set aside 100 Nexts at a special price for the early birds amongst you. So unless that price is $200 US, I can't do it. But that's cool. They're going to give 100 people a special price, and it says, we are waiting for you to join us. That's a little creepy. Join us. Join us. See, the world of the internet's a little strange. Some people may read that as like the children of the corn, children of the Next. Ooh, that's a fun game. I should create that. If I had a Speccy Next 3, I could create a game like that, but I won't be able to on the 2 because it's so less powerful. That's not true, but I'm just playing with you. So anyway, that's it. So be prepared. You can click on the notify me on launch so you get a message saying, hey, it's come up. So on the 19th of this month, July 2025, you'll be able to spend some money on a Speccy Next. And then how long is it going to take? So that's another, we should all start a pool. The first number of them took years. Literally, I think 3 years each time. The 2017, 2020, and 2020, another 3 years. Yeah, it seems to be 3-year increments. Now, I don't think it's going to take this long, but right now there's the tariff thing going on. Now, I don't know if that would affect them getting parts at the cheapest price to be able to pull all this off, or if they have to get supplies of parts, or if they've been stocking up in advance. I have no idea. So there's always a Murphy's Law. There's always a way for shit to get screwed up. So can it take 3 years? Sure. I think people are hoping it only takes 6 months. I doubt that. But maybe there's some that are hoping a year. So this time next summer, 2026, maybe they'll be shipping. Maybe they won't. So that's all up in the air. We have to see how this goes, but I'm hoping it's successful. Hopefully they sold tons of them. And hopefully there's some extras in a year from now and I can somehow sell a body part that is still not quite bad yet that I might be able to pull in a few dollars for so I can maybe buy somebody's used one or something. Especially if it's clear. If it's a clear one, I'll steal it. I'll admit it. If I'm over, I think there's some other, is it Matt Langley? I think he wanted a clear one. I'll go steal his. If he's got a clear one, I'll steal it. I'm not bashful because I want that clear one. So anyway, Thanks for watching the video. Good luck, everyone. If you do bid, hopefully it happens. Hopefully they ship. There's always a little up in the air, but so far they've nailed it in terms of getting the product shipped. It took longer than expected, but they always delivered. They're a good group of people, and so far so good, at least for the 2 that I've purchased. So thanks for watching the video, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy bidding on Sunday. Is it Sunday the 19th? What's the calendar say up here? Yeah, no, that's Saturday. 8 something their time. So maybe it appears Saturday that this whole thing's going to start. So good luck. Bye.